Right, third time lucky. Hello, internets, with the mic turned on.
Hello, Internet.
Hashtag ramshackle.
Always.
Yeah, that's us. So, welcome to Polyhedron Collider Plays Dungeons and Dragons. You join us as the champions of chance. Well, yet again on their merry adventures, I think is the way to say it.
Indeed.
We do have to warn everyone that's watching or listening to it that we are all hot as absolute hell in this room playing these games at the moment.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated, folks.
It is sweaty as.
Yeah.
I've got one can of cider, and I'm saving it until we take our break.
That's fair.
So I can have it in the second half.
I foolishly started my beer now.
I would if I had more than one, but I'm going to savour it.
So, in the last session, the Champions of Chance made their way to Goldenfields in order to request aid from the Druids of Goldenfields for the people of Nightstone. So, you were asking about Druids and what have you to go to to Nightstone to aid them in their crops because they were short of food. What you found was that Goldenfields was right as this massive, absolutely huge, like city-sized farm, which is surrounded by 60-foot high walls, and you've got there like a 10 days, as they call it, which is the equivalent of a week before high harvest time, which is where the big harvest festivals are going to take out. So it's a buzz of activity as people are beginning to reap crops and get fruit from the orchards and that kind of thing. So you did manage to get the aid. You asked the abbot for aid, and he was like, no problem, but we are going to be short-staffed if you do that. Can you hang around and help with some of the harvesting? Then you got distracted because you were wondering why there were two bears inside the abbey.
We're a curious bunch.
For the record, I wasn't distracted. I didn't care.
Using Benjin's ability to talk to animals, you spoke to the bears who you asked why they'd got there, and they led you to the X on the map that you can see. So it's pinging down there. I know, I've actually cleared the drawings because they're all the scribbles in the last session are there. So down here, you found that the wall had been attacked, and apparently been attacked about 2 months ago by giants throwing rocks at it. And the damage meant that someone could, in theory, and two bears did, climb over the wall via that section.
Yep.
You then headed back. It's getting on for late afternoon, early evening, so you headed to the tavern.
Obviously.
Where, as you do. Where the last thing that happened was you had spoken to the innkeeper, who is this big, nicknamed the Yeti.
Yep.
And was this big man who, covered in hair, who welcomed you to the place, and you all had a round of beers. And the other things that you notice was there was a halfling on stage with a lute who started to sing songs, and he seemed to be trying to serenade a woman with a table at the side whose table was covered in books and scrolls and parchments and such like, and was like face down in them, and no matter what he did, she was ignoring most of what he was doing. So, we've anyone who's watched the stream before will know we are one person down today, which is Cenza, priest of Ogmar. He wanders over, enticed by the books, the knowledge, what have you, and asks, what's all this? What are all these books? What's all this knowledge? To which the woman, like with glasses perched on the end of her nose, kind of looks at him and goes, they're books, my dear. He goes, yeah, I know that, but what are they about? Well, I'm currently looking. She looks him up and down and notices the signal of Ogmar on him. Ah, I see. Priest of knowledge, useful. These I'm looking for at the moment. Anything I can find about Fey Weevils. Know anything about Fey Weevils? Cenza kind of looks at it a bit like, not my area of specialty. Yes, well, Weevils are attacking. Fey Weevils are attacking some of the supplies. It's a mainly inconvenience, but we must do as we can. And she goes, and that stack of books there, There's a massive stack on the side of books, scrolls, parchments. It's what I'm getting to after I've done these. And I'm sure you've heard about the giant attack recently.
We
Which
were.
you also kind of yes. Well, that's everything I could find about giant lore, giant history, giant information, everything I could. And Cenza's eyes light up like it were the lottery. So he says, "Can I peruse through them, sort them, find anything I can?" She just quite literally goes, "Knock yourself out."
That's it. We've lost him.
That's it. You've lost him.
He's in his happy place.
Yes.
Very good.
So it's, as I said, early evening. You're in the tavern. People are starting to mill in now as well.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, depending on where people are. So people from the livestock pens have started to come in to grab food, and people from other areas of the farm are starting to mill in. And you'd be told by the barman that we get steadily busier as people finish. So people are working on the fields. We're coming much later than the livestock people. That kind of thing.
Makes sense.
So
we've just got a free round, haven't we?
Yes, everyone gets their first beer for free. So yes, you got your first round for free.
Nice.
What was his name? What was the tavern keeper's name?
Miros Zelbrin.
Sorry?
His name was Miros Zelbrin, but everyone calls him the Yeti.
Oh, the Yeti.
He does answer to Yeti as well. He doesn't take offense to it, I assume. Okay, well, we have a long, hard day of work ahead of us, gentlemen, so I think we should probably get a good night's sleep.
Sure. Why not?
No.
Well, that was easy.
Night, Havarl.
I'm going to stay up for a while. So,
Xanhorn's not going to bed.
You guys are going straight to bed, are you?
Well, we're meant to be labouring tomorrow, so yes, I'm going to get some sleep. I need to be up early, crack of dawn, in fact. I might go see to the horses first, though. Make sure they're settled in, ready, so they're well rested for when we leave.
Good idea. We'll be, no doubt, right behind you.
Right behind me,
So,
still in the bar.
So, Havarl, are you going to finish that ale?
Well, I don't drink. I haven't had alcohol in many years now, so.
Oh, that's useful. Thank you. Take that from you.
Yes, by all means. Okay.
Cheers, Benjin.
Chin chin.
I'll check on you before I head up to bed, so I'll go see to the horses.
Xanhorn's going to walk over to the performer. He was quite impressed with the guy's performance before, and he seemed to be, I seem to remember, able to play his lute while he's reaching over and grabbing his drink. So Xanhorn's going to try and work out how he's doing that.
So he finishes the song he's singing and notices he's got this new fan. He goes, a new fan, I hope?
Ah, well, it's always nice to see someone else of the profession. And Xanhorn will just move his clothing so that the flute that sits next to his rapier is more obvious.
A fellow bard, would you care to join me in a duet, sir?
By all means.
Do you know the Ballad of the Seven Sisters?
Of course I know it. Does Xanhorn know it?
Should be fun.
Yes, probably, yes.
Good.
Okay. So he starts singing the song and you start singing with him. And allows you to swap between like him singing a verse and you singing a verse.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that about half of the second verse he starts playing a little bit more complex with the lute.
Okay.
and singing like a higher range and things like that.
Xanhorn will try and obviously outdo him.
Can you make a performance check?
I can.
Oh, first check.
That would do it, I suspect. He's accidentally knocked out 3 or 4 notches.
Yes. To this, he kind of like goes, "Ooh, oh, okay, right." And then when it comes to the next verse, you can tell he's trying even harder again to outdo you. He's playing notes faster. He's singing a higher octave.
Xanhorn's keeping up, but it's like takes a deep breath and like goes to knock it up another notch as well. Starting to struggle.
You start to struggle, and you realise you're starting to get out of breath now. And he realizes he's got you on this round. You've missed one or two notes, whereas you got the first verse perfectly. The second verse is just lost a couple, and you can tell he gives you a wink, and then goes into a massive flurry, but buggers it all up completely.
Brilliant.
Misses several dove notes and screws up the final verse. However, the rest of the audience, although you've managed to get quite a bit of an audience now, everyone is looking at you. No one else seems to have noticed.
Nice.
Your flute playing is. Go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, so that's the song's come to an end then. Xanhorn's.
Yes. He's starting to fluff his notes. So what you're doing, you're taking it in turns, and you're on the final verse at the moment. So.
All right. So Xanhorn will give one last push.
Okay.
Look at that.
Oh, that'll do.
But you manage to mask the bad notes he makes and quickly take tension away from the fumbling he did. And like take it to basically this to the next level, quite literally. And when you're finished, everyone stops and gives you a round of applause.
Oh, I thank you. And I'll applaud the other guy. Sorry, what was your name?
The name's Orin.
Orin, well met.
Orin Yogilveen, well met. And you, sir?
Why, I am Xanhorn, one of the infamous champions of chance.
Oh.
Infamous?
Famous. Did I say infamous? Oh my. Xanhorn's going to look over at that beer that he just finished.
Well played, sir. Well played indeed. I think we should wet our whistle of another drink in between. That's hard work, don't you think?
Absolutely.
I'll have a beer, please.
Right. I thought it was loser buys the drinks, right?
Oh.
And Xanhorn will wink at him.
Very crafty, sir. Very crafty. I tell you what. Just do me a favour. Just go ask Zeros over there. Just Miros, sorry. Can you just go ask him to go get some clean glasses for a bottle of wine?
Okay, I'll do that. I wonder.
As you're talking to Miros to go grabbing his attention, you notice that Orin just with his halfling height can like sneak under the height of the bar, and you just about see at the corner of your eye his hand reach round and grab a bottle of wine from behind the bar.
So while Xanhorn, if I've seen that, while the barman's getting the clean glasses, if he gets actual clean glasses, I'll give him a bit of money and say this is for the bottle of wine.
Miros gives hands the glasses and just gives you a wink, like a look as if he knew exactly what was going on there.
Cool. I'll take them over to Orin then.
So the night carries on. You take some more turns serenading everyone. You take it in turns, you do a couple of duets.
Mm-hmm.
You're served a meal on the house. Miros basically says, of course, because of your bardic ability and you're entertaining all the farmers. As I said, as the evening goes on, it keeps getting busier and busier and busier. Then about...
And while
I take it I don't have a quiet corner to sit in.
No, well, the only quiet corner is really where Cenza and this woman Nexine are, because because they're taking up so much room with all their books and stuff. That's really about the quietest corner.
Are there bar stools at the bar?
Yes, there would be. Yeah.
I'll sit to one end of the bar then, right? Just to the end, so I can still get plenty of drinks, but just see what's happening in the room.
And I'll make sure that the barman's aware that that Benjin's with me. That just while I'm performing, you can keep the beers coming from.
Very good of
So
you.
I've gone to bed.
fair enough. At about 10:30,
Yeah, was
That's
completely
died
asleep. Yeah.
yeah, about 10:30, things start to die down. Maxine starts getting all the papers together, and she heads up to bed. She leaves Cenza downstairs with all the giant stuff. Many of the farmers start heading out because they've got an early start tomorrow, so they don't go too heavy on the booze. And when it peters out, Orin kind of goes, time for a bit of inspiration, I think. I like to walk the fields of Goldenfields with the moon shining down. It gives inspiration for new songs, don't you think?
I often find I have similar experiences. Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Excellent. Well, would you care to join me in a bottle of brandy?
Oh, who am I to pass up an invitation like that? And let's face it, any opportunity to find some new and interesting songs to sing, I'm down with that.
So he goes, right, come with me then, and takes you outside and takes you in. Basically, walks into the stables, kicks a wallboard to one side, and forgets a bottle out from it, stashed behind a movable board inside the stables. And
Nice.
you wander out, and he kind of heads into one of the fields.
Were there any
A little
more
bit.
bottles in there?
Not that you could see, no.
Okay. Xanhorn will just make a
Uh,
mental note about it to let Benjin know. Never hurts to keep the Barbarian sweet. He'll rub his cheek thinking about the joke that he pulled in the last session.
So he takes you to the kind of wheat fields that are south, so about here-ish. Sits down the path, corks the bottle, and starts giving you a swig. And although he's reasonably generous with it, it does seem to be like a kind of glug, 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 glug for me. Here's a mouthful for you. Oh, no,
Okay.
not too much, At the same time, he twinkles his lute and reminisces with you about different songs and folk tales and things like that.
And all of the mighty experiences of the Champions of Chance.
Yes, he makes a note of all these things and starts
Zan-
giving you a couple of chords and sentences to try and stanzas, sorry, to work into the latest ballad.
I'll jot down some notes of how you play the various inspirational songs that he's come up with to celebrate all the incredible feats of heroics that the champions have done in the past.
You've no idea what time it is. Drop my pen. But you've probably been out here about half an hour. So at this point, Benjin, you and you and Miros are the only two people in the bar now at this point. Everyone else has gone to bed or what have you. And I think Miros is just quite happy to let you continue drinking if you wish.
Oh,
So
okay.
It's probably about 12:30.
Right. So I would just nothing notable's happened. I've not really got into a fight or anything.
No, so most people, as I said, because everyone seems to be quite conscious that they've got to get up early the following morning. So a lot of people have gone to bed.
Most people.
And I guess maybe I'm a little bit better behaved given I'm surrounded by the Emerald Enclave, but I'm still going to have a drink. So I'll ask Miros then. What was it? Oh, I remember. I heard that you make customized tankards for people.
Ah, yes. He
Is
pulls
that
out one of the
correct?
tankards and goes, "Yeah, homemade these all myself.
They're metal ones, are they? What's it look like?
They're clay, so they're a
Oh,
pot.
bugger.
They're like like the German Steins are.
Oh, I was after a nice metal tank, a nice metal. So I'll look slightly disappointed to go.
You're so discerning
that's
for
nice.
a barbarian.
Yeah. So what?
Discerning.
Yeah. So you make them yourself? Do they come with free refills?
No.
Oh. Fair enough. I'm not going to ask him to make me a hip flask. See, I was metal and engraved and what have you. So I will just sit there and I'll ask him about the Enclave and what they do here and that kind of thing.
So he says that basically what the main thing the Emerald Enclave are doing here in Goldfields is mainly just, as it appears, they're mainly farming the crops, most of which goes to Waterdeep. So it's crops of all kinds and livestock. But he says it also acts as a base, like a safe base of operation.
Okay.
So, it is a fortress. It's just a different kind of fortress than what you'd usually expect. So it allows them to reach out and reach further into the Sword Coast in the north, basically.
Right. Okay.
It does explain that Emerald Enclave is quite informal. It's not regiment like the Order of the Gauntlets or something like that. It's quite, the nature aspect of it means that Emerald Enclave members react when they're needed to, and that's basically it, really.
Would he be likely to know if any of the people I would have met? Would he know if I knew anyone there? Because obviously I travelled with one guy for a long time, so I'd sort of ask him.
I think based on where you are, you're probably too far south.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
So, Xanhorn.
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
Benjin needs his tablets.
Dried frog pills.
Yeah. So, Xanhorn, it's got to be probably 1 o'clock at this point. Orin is more or less blind drunk at this point. And although you've had quite a bit to drink, because of the way he's been drinking and kind of giving several swigs for himself and a 1 swig for you, you're drunk, but he is off his tit.
Yeah. So I'll use this opportunity to say, we've only been here a little bit of time, but we've had a bit of a look around, and we noticed that there's a big hole in the wall. Does that not worry you with the giants?
What? Where's the big hole in the wall? There's a big hole in the wall. Why did no one tell me there's a big hole in the wall?
Over on the southeast.
He stands up. No, I think we should go see it.
All
Let's
right.
go look at the big hole in the wall.
Yep.
I don't believe you.
It lets
Don't
bears
be a
in.
hole in the wall. Let's bears in.
Yeah.
Bears in.
You've seen the
What's
bears
the
round, right?
in? Right. Oh, yeah, they're the bears. Yeah.
Big things, claws. That's it.
Ah!
Those ones, yeah.
Right then, to the wall and starts walking north.
Sure. And as we're going along,
Yeah, he starts walking north, but the hole in the wall is to the southeast.
I'll grab him by the shoulders and just steer him back round the right way.
The wall that way.
Yeah, that's right. The other wall. Yeah. And I'll ask him, not really expecting to get anything useful out of him at this point, but has he seen any strange goings on, any giants coming nearby, or clouds with castles on heading past? And as he's saying this, thinking there's no way I'm going to get a sensible answer out of this.
Clouds with castles on, that's just silly.
Yeah.
That's just silly.
I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, and then at this point he starts singing a particularly rude song about a Waterdavian noble, which everyone knows. It's that kind of drunk drinking song.
Xanhorn will join him. We'll keep an eye out though.
You walk probably about half a mile, and you swear you see some other people moving around in the fields, which is really bizarre because since you've left the tavern, you saw absolutely no one outside. Everyone else has gone to bed at this point, apart from the odd guard you've seen walking around. But even then, they've been quite sparse. and you swear you can see someone walking around. Actually, a couple of people walking around the fields.
I'll like tap Oren on the shoulder. Like, is that usual for people to be wandering around at this time?
He kind of squints and goes, "No, how dare they interrupt my quiet time? But I am going to go have a word.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll back me up, won't you? You're
Yeah.
my mate." He puts his arm around you. You're my mate. Right? You'll back me up. Yeah. Come on, let's go have a word.
Xanhorn will be like, yeah, okay, and just kind of subtly try and just brush his arm back off.
So you now you look back in the moonlight, you can't actually see where these people are anymore. You could see some kind of moving through the fields, and they've gone out of your sight now.
Okay.
And Oren kind of staggers over to roughly where you were, and you can see where these people have been, because there's definite tracks going through the cornfields.
Okay. Can I try and follow the tracks?
Yeah, based on what you'd seen, they're probably heading west through the fields.
Okay.
So they're heading. So you were about here, and they're kind of heading more back this way.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'll try and follow them, but I'll be like, Oren, you're obviously like, it's been a long day. Maybe it's time to like head back, and I'll have a look and see what I can find and let you know.
No. We should do this together. Something sneaky's going on. Shh.
Yeah, and I'll be like, shh, actually, no, just quiet, okay? Yep. I think they're over that way, and I'll point back towards the bar, towards the north. Like, I'm pretty sure they've gone that way. So if you head off in that direction, I'll try and sneak around the side, and we'll try and see what we can see. How's that sound?
Okay.
And I'll, as he's, yeah, that's right. And as he's walking off to the north, I'll walk to the south, to the sort of northeast a little bit, and then just walk round in a circle and come back to where I was. Try and follow the path to the west,
Okay.
being
So
stealthy.
you kind of started here-ish, and you can see the path. The trail kind of leads further north.
Oh crap! I sent him the right way.
So it's not northwest. Sorry. So he's kind of gone
Northeastish or something.
this way. Yeah. So he's kind of gone round
Fine.
that way. Okay, so make a perception check.
Uh-oh. Oh dear. It's all fine.
Okay, so
Good rolling. It's over.
you can see the tracks kind of carry on until they reach the pathways in between the fields. And you don't know quite which... You're not a very good tracker, so you don't know which direction they would have gone. You can kind of see by the way that they've come off the fields that they've most likely gone kind of northeast, so back towards the town square.
Okay. I'll try and hustle along in that direction as quickly and quietly as I can.
Okay, can you make a stealth check for me?
Can try. Yes.
That's the best roll you've ever made on a stealth check.
It is. It's the most stealthy Xanhorn's ever been in his life.
So, as you get close to the town square, you can see basically what it is you've been following. In the square, there must be 10 to 20 goblins, 2 ogres,
Oh my god.
and a handful of bugbears. So bugbears are like a goblinoid, but they're 7 foot tall and they're hairy, so they call it a bugbear because they're like a bugbear. And they're all trying to be quiet, and what they're doing is they're going through all the carts and they're loading stuff onto carts.
Loading stuff onto carts.
No, sorry, loading stuff into bags and sacks and
Oh, I
things.
see.
Or, you know, so the ogres are holding these massive sacks, and you can see. Do you speak Goblin, by the way?
I do not.
You do not speak Goblin, so you can hear like kind of one of the bugbears is kind of whispering out orders.
Someone singing in the background.
It's only coming through on my headphones.
Yeah,
It's on my headphones as well, but it's not me.
definitely not me.
There's some music outside my house.
That might be it.
It
Very
might,
loud,
be
but
that,
I'm
yeah.
not sure if that's coming through. I'll shut the windows a bit.
Just try it.
I'll die a bit more.
If it makes you feel any better, it's the windows are shut here for that very reason.
So you can't
got
hear
it.
what they're saying, but there's kind of like a hushed kind of barking of orders. Yeah, gone there, Ben.
Much better.
Oh, right.
Sorry, Ben.
I'll sit in the corner.
Benjin's in
Right.
for a rough night.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and open some other windows, put a fan on.
Sorry, you were saying, Steve.
So that one of the bugbears is kind of like shouting out. Well, it's not shouting out. He's kind of like whispering like barked orders in goblinoid to everyone.
Okay. I am going. As much as I want to keep an eye on this,
Ben forgot to mute his mic, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I leave.
I'll try and smother the sound. So that seems like quite a lot, even for mighty Xanhorn to take on. So I'm going to try and quietly peg it back to the inn to grab Havarl and Benjin.
Okay. Well, you go and make another stealth check, then see if you can abscond without being noticed.
Yes.
Oh,
Like a whisper in the night, you abscond and you quickly make your way back to the tavern.
Quickly ran away. Bang, 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 bang. Havarl, wake up!
what is it?
Goblins, trolls, bugbears, in the square.
Right, I'll get my sword.
I'll try and find Benjin. Is he still in the bar?
He'll be in the bar, yes.
Yeah, Benji's still. We've had to go into the bar to get up to the rooms. So Benjin is there with a drink, still talking to Miros.
I'll barge in like, Benjin, are you all right? Are you good to fight? Stupid question.
To which Miros
Just-
kind of goes, "What's going on?"
There is in the square trolls, goblins, bugbears, bad stuff.
In the town square.
Yep.
He reaches onto the bar and pulls out a club and puts it on the bar. Reaches onto the bar again and pulls out a heavy crossbow. Where?
Follow me.
Whoa, hang on a second.
Oh.
So,
I'm back.
you go grab the rest of your friends. He goes and then he runs upstairs as well, and he knocks on the door, and you can hear him going, next scene, you're needed. To which this woman comes out, more or less in a nightgown, and goes, what time do you call this? And you hear him say, goblins, bugbears, trolls. Goes, give me a moment, she says.
Cenza's not in there with her, is he?
No, he's fallen asleep with a book on his face.
Oh, okay.
He's yeah, he's engaged in a different sort of activity.
Okay.
So Benjin, just in case you didn't catch that,
No.
there is in the town square trolls, goblins, bugbears, unloading carts basically, and I've come and raised the alert with you guys. Where
Am I absolutely pissed, or am I kind of was I taking it?
I think that's your default position, isn't it, Benjin?
You might get some blood in your alcohol stream.
How far away would it be to go and get the head of the guards? I can't remember what his name is now.
Strong fly or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It would be. That's a valid point. You're closer at the moment.
What's the time?
It's about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, probably.
I've had like 6 hours sleep already. This is wicked.
Yeah.
Fully refreshed.
Let me just check. Sorry.
Because obviously the head of the guards, he was doing magic mushrooms about 9.
Say that again, sorry.
The head of the guard, he was doing magic mushrooms about 9 o'clock, wasn't he?
Oh,
He
Christ.
told,
yes,
he
was.
told me to come back at 9 o'clock to enjoy the mushrooms with him, but I forgot.
Wasn't that the guard on the sentry post rather than?
Oh, was he not the head of the guard? Right, okay.
Yeah. Well, that's the head of the gate post, which was like a different role. Right. So
Right.
you guys are here. The town square is here.
Yeah.
The brewery, which is where the guards are based, is here.
Oh, okay, wrong direction.
Okay, where are the stables? The stables are going to be near the bar, aren't they?
The stables are just inside the yeah.
Excellent.
Okay,
point.
so if I jump on a horse, I could get to the guards really, really quickly.
Good idea.
Okay. Right. Now, this is slightly different to a normal session.
Before Havarl heads off, we'll make it clear that our intention is to basically try and sneak back up on them and see what we can see, but we won't make a move deliberately until he catches back up again.
Okay. So you're going to grab the horse and head north.
Yeah, I am.
You are heading into the town square, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you, Naxine and Miros come with you, and you head into the town square. So, where's the town square go? No, stupid thing. Okay,
Ooh, new map.
right.
Whoa.
Everyone has the option of taking on. Well, you don't have the option. You can all take on extra NPCs. And Derek, you now have a chance to take control of someone.
Woohoo!
So sorry you've been sitting there for 40 minutes twiddling your thumbs.
Hello, Derek.
So
Howdy.
I will have to take Havarl off that for a second. So Havarl isn't quite there yet. So everyone gets the chance to take on an NPC as well as themselves. So we will end up with 4 NPCs and the 3 player characters. Okay. So you head into the town square, and you can see, as I said, this is the orcs, the ogres, sorry, the goblins, ogres, and bugbears are ransacking the gaff. What you can see, which you notice, but no one that the creatures haven't noticed, is in the middle of the town square is the tree,
Mm-hmm.
which was the awakened tree called Lipholus that you noticed earlier. So you actually took that walking around. So you guys have turned up on the north with Naxine and Miros. But you also notice just at the very edge, which is the woman who was interested, for trying to get the guards to
Do something.
do something.
Yeah.
Is on the edge of them. Well, I'll tell you what. Actually, no, it makes sense if she joins you. So she knows something's amiss and catches up with you as well. So what we've all got at the moment is. A number of NPCs, and you each have to pick one, which you're going to use for the rest of the time in Goldenfields. So, the 4 basic ones are Lipholus, which is the awakened tree.
I'm struggling to look after myself.
So you should be able to see the bio info, the picture, and the character sheets. Yeah. So you should all be able to see 4 of them at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And it's up to you.
Oh,
guys.
yeah, if I move them around, yeah.
It's up to you guys which characters you take. However, Derek, since you're going to be controlling your own character, I recommend you take Naxine because she's a high-level spellcaster.
I was thinking just the same, yep.
Because she's got a lot more options than anyone else has got. So it's probably better if somebody who isn't trying to control 2 characters takes on her.
Okay.
So,
As Benjin's been pretty close to Miros most of the evening, you want to take Miros, Ben?
Yeah, I'll take Miros.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. Do
Okay.
you want to take
Um,
Z as a fellow worshipper?
Who? Me?
Yep.
Yeah, I can take her. She's very different to Havarl.
To be fair,
Doesn't really
apart
matter, does
from
it?
Maxine, most of them are actually pretty straightforward to run. So
Cool.
Maxine's the more complicated one because she's got a whole list of spells. Basically, so the basic gist of them is Liphalus is a tree, so he's got a lot of hit points and he can do a couple of attacks each round. Z is martial artist, so she can make multiple attacks. Miros, he can do a really damaging bear hug, but the rest of the time he's best using his heavy crossbow. And of course, Maxine has got some third level spells available to her.
Nice.
Cool. So how does one look at her attacks and their characters?
So you should have the character sheets available to you, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where's
okay.
the character sheet?
And there's 3 tabs at the top: bio and info, character
Let's
sheet, and
get the bio and
abilities.
info.
Yeah.
No, I've only got bio and info.
You don't get the character sheet.
No,
Oh, okay. Right, who's
Me.
taking which character then?
I'm taking Zilang.
Oh, hang on a minute. Oh yeah. Sorry, ignore me.
Right, what about now? Rory, can you see it now?
No. Should I close it and come back out?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Cool. So if we close them and reopen them, is that right, Steve?
I don't know. I got to change something on them.
Okay.
Oh, so Miros sounds pretty similar to me then. He has a bit of a rage, likes a drink.
I think you found your buddy.
Okay, Zilang speaks Goblin. She makes 2 melee attacks and with a quarterstaff.
Nice.
Cool.
Does that give you a larger melee range if you've got a quarterstaff?
Reach 5 foot, so it's standard, but it's 1d8 plus 1 with bludgeoning.
Good for smashing some goblins.
Indeed.
Who was taking Liphalus?
That'll be me, I guess.
That will be you. Okay, right. They should all be assigned now.
Got it. Yeah.
Cracking.
Okay.
Slam attacks.
Okay.
It's a different layout from a normal character sheet.
Yeah, there are much more simplified character sheets, but they're the same one I actually use for monsters and NPCs. Because they are simplified characters. Okay, it's time for initiative, gents.
Right then.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, how do we do initiative again?
Hang
I'm
on,
having
hang on,
a
Only a
hang on.
character.
so
Hang on,
that-
hang on. Before you do it, I need to clear the
Oh.
old ones first. That's alright, I'll do it here. Because we've still got the guys from last session. There we go. Okay, click on your... you can do it for both you and your character, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
rubbish.
Yeah.
So I don't need to do it for Havarl separately then.
No, well, Havarl's not there at the moment, so...
Okay. Goblins on 21.
Seems unlikely.
The flipping ogre on 19.
Even the trees before us.
Right, you do have the
Right, so-
advantage that they haven't noticed you yet.
Oh,
So at the moment...
it's because you lot are pissed up, isn't it?
So at the moment, the goblins are all grabbing stuff off the carts. The ogres are holding great big sacks to put them in. And the bugbears appear to be overseeing this operation.
Gotcha.
Cool, things have just moved around. Oh, no, back again.
Oh, has my mouse just run out of battery? Brilliant.
Okay, so as I said, the goblins are busy ransacking. The ogres are busy ransacking as well. So Benjin, you actually have a first action.
No, you're kidding.
Okay.
I mean, it'll be fine. I have no worries about this whatsoever.
No worries about a drunk barbarian being quiet and stealthily waiting for the cavalry to turn up.
Mm.
Without further ado, Benjin.
Yeah. Is it time to rage already?
I would say that's a good idea, looking at what's in front of us.
Erase your time. Oh, I should have reread my sheet. Rage. Bonus action is raging.
Steve, is it okay if, before we actually get to this, because Maxine would know it would be a fight coming, that she casts mage armor on herself on the way?
Yes, that's a pretty reasonable assumption to make.
Okay.
Okay. What are these things sort of just here, Steve? What were the building bits and that? Are they buildings or what?
Yeah, so those are the building. Those are the buildings that where most of the farm workers sleep.
Oh, so these are beds inside the building.
Yeah.
So we don't really have anywhere much for cover then. Right. Measure. Wrong person to choose to go first.
He's saying stop, Ben.
I'll move over to here. I think I can get there. So I sort of stood in the corner.
Okay.
I think that's 30 feet in it to about there.
Yeah.
I think that was less actually. Right, 20. And I will. What's the distance to here? 45 feet. I'll think of. Oh, I'll rage. Sorry, I'll rage.
Okay.
And I will fire my heavy crossbow at this particular little goblin thing. Oh, one pointer. This little goblin thing here, the one closest.
Okay.
So heavy crossbow. I think that's it.
It's armor class 12, which unfortunately is a miss.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Dunk! Crossbow bolt hits the cart next to him, and it's like, huh? And he screams out something in Goblin at this point.
Xanhorn will be like, I thought we were going to wait for Havarl.
No one told me that.
Everybody thought that.
That's what we discussed. Oh, never mind.
All right. So at this point, Litholus is completely stationary. So even though the odd goblin has kind of come up to him and had a look, but he's quite literally just everyone thinks he's a tree at this point. So none of these orcs and goblins and bugbears and ogres around him know that he's there. He's there at this point.
Okay. How would he react to things? Would he be upset that these things are there?
Yes, very.
Oh, sugar.
I think he's probably going to.
But I suppose there's a reason why he hasn't done anything yet, isn't there? He's been stood there watching them raid up until this point.
Yeah.
But it's your character, so I'm not going to metagame.
Yeah. So maybe can he see us over the other side? Do you think he would have noticed us?
Yeah, he probably would. Yeah.
So maybe he's seen that Benjin's taken an attack and thinks, right, the time is nigh to react. I'm assuming it's like an ent, basically.
Treebeard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's similar to an ent. Yeah, it's slightly different, but yes.
My name's Litholus, not Treebeard. This thing over here looks particularly nasty. So his range is just going to be 5 feet, I guess.
Yeah, it should be on there.
And his speed is 20 foot. So, yep.
He's actually got 10. He's got a 10-foot melee range
Oh, nice.
because it's a big branch, basically.
Does he go for the troll or does he go for the bugbear? The bugbear looks closer, so he'll probably go for that, I think.
This is the one barking out orders as well, the one in the middle.
Yeah, he doesn't like the
Squash it.
sound. So, no, I need to move him. So he is going to, as quietly as he can, shuffle in its direction, make like a tree and leaf, Xanhorn would say. And he is then going to, with one of his branches at the top, just slam down on the top of this bugbear. Twice. Because he gets 2 attacks.
Okay.
So,
So you should be able to just click the attack and it should roll for you.
there you go. 1, 2.
Okay, and unfortunately, they both a miss.
Fast, this one.
So he swings at the branches and this bugbear ducks down out of the way. Now it's actually Xanhorn's turn.
Right. What? Xanhorn's been eyeing up the trolls since he got here. What are they?
Oh, yeah.
What are they wearing?
The ogres are wearing hide armor. So they're
Uh,
wearing armor made out of boiled.
does he spot
leather.
anything wearing metal armor or wielding metal weapons?
The goblins are all wearing leathers, and the bugbears are wearing hide as well.
Okay.
So the bugbears have got a morning star weapon, and the orcs have got scimitars and bows and stuff. But yeah, the armor wise, they're all wearing hides and leathers.
Fair enough. In that case, I will cast. How closely are those guys? 10 foot, 10 foot, 10 foot. Nice, yeah. So, Xanhorn is going to stare down, try and work out the best group, and concentrate on this guy. Come on, not the measuring tool. This guy.
Yep.
And with some newfound expertise, he is going to cast Shatter.
Ooh.
So he strains all of his bardic.
Can't pick you up, I'm afraid, mate.
He strains all of his bardic prowess, and he concentrates all that acoustic energy, and cast Shatter. Yes, at level 2. So, what it does is a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from the point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. The character takes 3d8 thunder damage.
Right. So the goblin. So it's the goblin that was the target. It's a con save. Yeah.
Yeah, and the DC
And-
is 14.
14. So the first one.
Ooh.
The one that by the cart. No, and the one to the right makes the save, and then the bugbear makes the save. So they take 11 damage if they failed. Yeah.
And half as
What's
much
that?
if they succeeded.
Which is okay, and then he succeeded as well, so he's on that. Okay, so yes, you shatter 2 goblins and pierce the ears of a goblin and a bugbear that were in that area.
Xanhorn looked pleased with himself. It also Any non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage if it's within the area. So that cart probably.
That cart's splintered into pieces. Yeah, grain gets flown everywhere.
Good job it wasn't corn, otherwise we'd be having a popcorn party.
So,
Xanhorn will chuckle at that.
did
Popcorn
you
party.
move?
And then he will duck into some cover on the side of the building there.
Okay. Right, this bugbear here backs out some orders once he sees you and kind of mobilises and gets everyone's attention. Sorry, this one here, the one nearest Lithalas. So anyone that can understand Goblin, which I think is just Z at this point, is it?
Yep.
I think so.
Hears him yell, "Go grab the Moonbiters, grab the reinforcements. You two, head back to the wall."
Knew they'd come through the wall.
She's only just met everybody, so she wouldn't necessarily know that nobody else speaks Goblin.
No, she would not necessarily know, but that's what Z heard anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one here will head a bit behind the ruins of the cart for cover, and he will throw a javelin at Benjin. 55 feet. It's going to be a disadvantage because it's at long range. So he throws javelin at Benjin and gets 17 on the hit roll.
15.
So you take 7 piercing damage minus whatever you get for your being raged.
So raging, piercing. Oh, I'm resistance to all, so I guess I take 3, don't I? Because it's always rounded down.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Right, this one here runs.
I'll take 3 off and then double check.
And dies behind that. And this one here hunkers down, and then this one here turns around and tries to hit Lithalas. Normal. With his Morning Star. And it's a miss because Lithalas has got a much higher armor class than that.
Nice.
Okay,
Good stuff.
Miros. Who's controlling Miros?
Ben.
Oh, sorry. Doing so. Right, Miros. He is here. Character sheet. Oh god. So he does what? Bear hugs and clubs.
He does want to be your buddy.
Heavy crossbows. And he can move. So he can move at the same speed as me. So he's obviously just going to crossbow something. What's the distance on the crossbow? 100 foot.
Should be on that sheet actually for Miros.
Oh, I was just looking at mine.
Yeah.
Because I've got a heavy crossbow as well, so.
Okay.
So I can hit most things. This big bastard's out in the open.
Okay.
That troll. Yeah, that one. So Miros will try and hit him with his crossbow. Do I just click on heavy crossbow on his sheet?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, barely. You kind of hit him, but the crossbow bolt kind of just bounces off his leathery hide.
oh man.
Bloody trolls.
So he will move, I think, and he'll move over sort of towards Xanhorn. I think that's it.
Okay. So, Derek.
Okay, now I need to work out where to stand because I think everyone's in the positions I wanted.
Stand behind us. Could always do part of a move, take your shot, and then duck in.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Maxine, I mean, she knows exactly what she's doing. She sort of adjusts her glasses on her nose and walks confidently forward. It's right there, I think. And she gestures and calls up her magical energy and shoots a massive bolt of lightning right down through the middle of the group.
Nice.
Okay, so it's a lightning bolt spell. Who are you targeting?
100 feet long and 5 foot wide. That looks pretty good.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the line you're going for. Okay,
Yep.
do you want to click on the spell to do the check the damage?
I did, I believe.
Okay, sorry. Ah, sorry. No,
No, it's not.
It hasn't done the damage. Okay. So you just go to the dice roll and roll your 8d6 in there.
8d6 is pretty tasty, but that is not a very good roll.
Oh.
Right, so it's half damage on a failed roll, right?
Yes.
Go on.
I can, I think, use a reaction to use cutting words to add a d6 to it. So when a creature that I can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, blah blah blah, you can use your reaction to expend one of your uses of bardic inspiration. No, it's the other way around. Sorry, wrong one.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
Can you put your line of attack back on there again? Your little range thing, so I know to do the saves for. So that's the line you're going for, yeah. So you'll hit.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically, okay, yeah, leave it on because I can happily refer them one time. Now, basically, that goblin's dead. That goblin is my initiative goblin, so he's moving over there out of the way, but he's dead. The ogre needs to make a dex saving throw, did you say? Yes.
No.
So that puts, yeah, he takes the full brunt of it. This bugbear here, dex saving throw, he also fails the save. So that does, he's on that. And then that goblin there also dies.
Nice.
So she gives a satisfied nod and smooths the front of her robes, and then notices that all the big beefy men seem to be cowering behind her. So she just sort of shakes her head slightly and steps back a little bit.
Xanhorn will be like, when all this is over, you should join the Champions of Chance. You'd be a fine addition. You've definitely got what it takes.
I came here for a little peace and quiet. I mean, really.
It's
You
almost
sound like a
always
bunch of troublemakers.
It's almost always peaceful and quiet around us.
Also, I think that cart now has a big hole through it and is possibly on fire.
Okay, it shattered, and then what's left of it was on fire, and I think this one is also on fire as well.
Yep. Well, they're definitely not getting the grain now.
Okay.
Right, Rory.
Nice fire.
It's lovely fire. Okay, so this goblin over here, Steve's not actually there, is it?
No, he's just because that's
That's
the one I
just-
used
yeah,
for
your
initiative.
Okay, cool.
Initiative goblin. So if I put him
uh,
up here out the way.
Are any of the goblins or ogres still looking through the carts or anything like that? Or are they
So
all
at this
closed?
point in time, they're all readying weapons.
Okay. Zealand can't really move close enough to anybody, so I think she's going to come over and... Who's this character here nearest me? Oh,
Benjin, isn't it?
is that
Yeah.
Benjin?
Me,
Yeah.
Benjin.
She's going to come and stand next to the barbarian. Oh. There. Everyone's too far away, so she's just going to kind of get her quarterstaff and get ready for what's about to come.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that readying a defense? She's going to ready to defend, parry, and attack.
Yeah, you can ready an action. So you can ready an attack, or a parry.
I'm going to ready a parry.
Okay. So it's over to the goblins now. So this one here. Make some cheese for it over here. So these other goblins here, grab what they had from the crate and head over to the ogre that was here and dump what stuff they had in their bag. Whereas this one takes cover in between the crates. These ones jump behind cover there. Are they going to be in range? A sizable distance away. 20. So, yeah, they're going to be. So these two can make an attack, and that one can as well. So 3 of the goblins managed to get behind cover and start firing bows. So the first one is going to attack Zeros, but they do have Miros, so it can go Zeros. It's a really photocopier. Right, so the first goblin fires a short bow at Miros. He gets disadvantage. However, that's a fantastic roll. And he does 5 damage to Miros. Now, do you want me to track damage, or can you do it on the... If you click on the token themselves, do you get access to the numbers at the top?
Hang on. Where is he? Ah, there he is. Yes. So is it the number in red?
22 is his hit points, yeah.
And how much damage has he taken?
5.
So that'd be 17.
Okay.
Yeah, that's worked.
That one there is going to attack Z. So he gets a 14.
Oh,
And
okay.
his armor class is 15, so that's a miss. And this one here, I don't think this one can actually see any of them. Can you see Benjin? He can see Benjin.
Can he?
He goes for Benjin, yeah.
He's hard to miss.
Yeah.
He's probably got a torch as well.
And he gets a 9, so he misses.
Yeah.
Okay. So this ogre here starts collecting all the stuff that the orcs have given it, the goblins have given him, and then he starts making his way south. So he has, oh god, and he's quite quick. He starts running past the tree, so he ends up about here. But you do get an attack of opportunity on him, Litholis. Comes within branch distance.
Will do. Oh, nice.
That's nice, yeah. Just as he comes back, he starts sprinting to make his way south with this sack on his shoulder, and you basically stick a branch out in his way, and he walks straight into it.
Where do you think you're going?
Okay, whereas this one here will move forward. Move towards Sparky Woman.
You fool.
And he will throw his javelin at Maxine. which is a range
Not
of
really.
30.
What did she expect? He expects she was going to do to him.
Which he gets disadvantage because she's just out of range. That's a 7.
Yeah, that just bounces off her mage armor, shall we say?
Yep.
Pink.
Okay, Benjin.
Right. Let's get my measuring tape. Oh, bollocks. Am I supposed to... Out of game question. When you measure, do you measure from like the front or do you measure from clicking?
Measure from your space.
So the centre of your character.
Yeah.
Right. Damn
So
it.
he's 40 foot away at the moment, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. I'll just move in tiny bit. Just try and give myself oh no, can't walk 2 walls. Tiny bit
handy.
more. That's not really cover. No.
No, if you want, you can say you're in this spot and still be behind cover.
What? Where
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
All
You
right.
can say you got the corner because you're right. We can
Yeah.
say if you want you're there and we know you're outside the building.
Okay, cool. And then I will heavy crossbow him again. Sorry, bring up that sheet.
That'll hit.
That's a hit. And he does 7 piercing damage.
Yeah. My
Straight
rage is
shoulder.
melee, isn't it? So
Yeah. So don't get any extra rage bonus to that.
no,
Okay,
that's
Lithless.
another rage turn.
Jump.
He's gonna have a good crack. Sorry, I was reading Xanhorn's spell list. Right. He's gonna have another crack. This one that's just brushing around his roots somewhere. He's gonna have another go at him. 1. There we go.
Okay.
Wow.
So
At
first
least one
attack,
of them hit.
First attack misses. Second attack hits and does 15 points of damage. Nice.
There you are.
Okay, Xanhorn.
Right. Xanhorn has a cunning plan.
Oh, goodness.
Which of the creatures on the battlefield are of the most similar height to him?
How
Oh,
tall is
God.
Xanhorn?
Xanhorn is, let me check, 6 foot tall.
The bugbears are about 6 foot something. So yeah, the bugbears are probably the closest.
Okay.
Because the goblins are about 4 foot and the ogres are about 7 foot. So yeah, the bugbears are. Yeah, I'd say the bugbears are closest.
Okay. He is going to cast Disguise Self on himself to try and make himself look like a bugbear.
Okay.
And he is then going to run. What's the bugbear sound like? What does he think that they'd sound like?
From what you've heard, they speak goblin, so they look at it like goblin, but they're more like gruff.
Okay. He's going to do his best bugbear voice. And he's basically going to run. He's going to dash, so 60 feet in this direction.
Right.
He's going to run. Basically, where does it put me? About to there. That works.
You can't run, you can't dash because disguise self is one action.
Right. Okay. I could just run though.
You can do your normal movement.
Yeah. So it's going to be half that. So he'll end up about here. So he's going to try and make it look like he was just running through, and he's going to yell at the top of his voice, "Guards are coming! Guards are coming! Get out! Let's get out! The guard force is coming!"
Okay, make a deception check.
Oh dear.
I'll give you advantage because of the spell.
Cool. Deception, do you say?
Yeah.
Oof, that was a tough one.
Okay, so you can see this ogre here, kind of, and you can see the goblins, but you can see that the bugbear, which was giving orders, looks back and goes, "Get back to the wall!"
Cool.
So it is actually the bugbear's round now. So this one here will make a move to there. So he starts making like a retreat, and he goes and fires a. He can
So that one's going to duck.
Oh no, he used his javelin, didn't he? So in fact, he's going to carry it. He's going to use the rest of his movement then to make more of a move back there. This bugbear here is going to make a retreating dash to there. And this one's going to go back to there. Whereas this one is busy fighting Lithless, so he's going to try and smack Lithless with his Morning Star. And he hits and does 7 damage.
Oh. So if I click on him and we take off 7, that makes it 52. There we go.
Okay, Miros. Ben froze.
He does look frozen.
Oh, Ben. Come back to us, Ben. Come back to us. And we are live again. Sorry about that. Quick intermission while we sorted Ben's machine out.
Yep. Apologies, everyone.
Caught fire.
We
Yeah.
put it out, mostly.
Almost as hot as me.
Right, it's your action, Ben. You're controlling Miros.
Ah, Miros' action. Right. Okay, so where's Miros? He is there. Let's do a quick measure. Oh, I can't even see. "30 feet. Oh, fuck it. Right, Miros is going to run up to this thing. And sorry, you just have to bear with me whilst I just check things are open again. And what's he going to do? He is going to do...
Bear hug the ogre.
Yeah, I can't even be bothered to read it. I'll bear hug the ogre. That probably fails, but I don't know.
That is a miss, yes. You run forward and try and bear hug him, and the ogre just brushes him aside with one huge strong arm.
Face plant in his massive belly.
Yeah.
Well, this proves that not only is Benjin bad at rolling, he is also bad at rolling for anybody else.
It is... That was Miros, isn't it? So it's Nexine again.
Yeah, Naxine's probably slightly appreciative that someone has gone to intercept the ogre trying to charge her down. I think she will just sort of flick her hands dismissively at it and shoot a 2nd level magic missile at it.
Nice.
No roll to hit required, just take 15 damage,
Just
force
took
damage.
15 damage.
Sweet.
That knocks quite... You can see that's knocked this ogre down quite a bit. He's looking quite bloodied now.
Just confirms her view that magic is the way to deal with things. And then she just steps slightly into the cover next to her.
Okay. Rory, you got Z. Can't hear you, Rory.
Sorry, yeah. Logan wandered in for a chat,
That's
Right,
fair.
so she's going to move there, which is 3 squares, and she's going to take. That's 30 foot, so she's going to have a pop with her little sling. Not that it's a little sling, just it's a sling.
It is a
Well,
hit.
Maybe it is.
And hits him on the eyebrow. On the, yeah, just above the eye.
His eyebrow's so bushy.
Did Miros duck out of the way of that?
Yeah,
She's an
This-
expert marksman.
Goes over his head.
yeah, it goes quite over his head. This thing's huge.
Oh,
Okay,
And
3 points of damage. Assumes that she hasn't killed it, and then she's going to go and run and stand behind Maxine.
okay, it's back to the goblins. So there's a raging. These 2 crates are still on fire. This goblin here will scarp it off the edge of the board. In fact, yeah. Just realised that. So, yeah. The goblin ran off that way. The other goblins. So this one here will make a pot shot at Miros. He gets disadvantage. Distance. That's goblin shortbow. He gets a 9, so he misses. This one here. Hang on, sorry. Here we'll try and take a pot shot at Benjin. He's not
which
the
one?
brightest. This one this one down here. Don't worry, he needs a very high roll to hit because you're behind cover. Which a 14 is not it. And this one here will also take a pot shot at you. Nope.
Pink.
So what? They get disadvantage because I'm undercover.
No, the disadvantage is the range. You get a bonus to your armor class due to the distance, due to the cover,
Okay.
and you get a bonus to saving throws due to cover. Use these
Right.
to make a run that way. Okay. Oh, it's the ogre now. Right. So this ogre here runs off the bottom there. Come on. Over there you go. Come on. All right then. You're just going to do. Whereas this over here, ogre here, will make a swing at Miros with his huge, great club. Hits armor class 18. So he hits him for 13 bludgeoning damage.
Oh dear, Miros.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yes.
It is now Benjin's turn.
Oh.
That's your favourite barkeep, that is, Benjin.
No one touches the booze maker.
So... Oh, I can get to him. What does that say? 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's actually, yeah, you only need to be next to him.
Okay, right. I'll run up and round. There we go. And I am going to draw my great sword. And I will attack recklessly
Ooh,
as well.
giving you advantage.
Yeah. Boom.
Oh, nice.
That is a hit.
Hello.
15 and plus 2 because I'm raging as well, so 17.
17 points damage. So basically, you run forward, froth flying out of your mouth with the speed which you're running, swinging this great sword, just quite literally just take it down with one mighty strike.
Boom.
Lithless.
Lithless is still angry that there are these horrible things in his nice green courtyard. So once again, he is just going to swipe at this puny little thing that's getting it in his roots. Didn't like it. Smash. There's one.
That'll do it.
If he's got 2 slam attacks, does that kill it, or is it still going?
Hang on. Sorry, the monitor's gone tits up again.
Uh-oh.
Well, do we not have much luck with technology tonight?
No.
Yes, you have quite literally just crushed. You've basically knocked him into the ground. So yes, you have got that. So you can move and then take your second attack if you want.
Yeah. So he will head over to this one over here. And again, just try and smash it into the ground. Oh, wrong button. Try that one.
That's our class 18, 12 damage. Yes. Like whack-a-mole, this is.
Nasty pest problems going
Steve?
away.
Yep.
I've just noticed that the trolls aren't on the initiative order anymore.
Yes,
They were-
because one has run off the bottom of the map, off the south,
Oh, he's
and
gone.
the other one has been killed. Yes.
Oh, I didn't notice that one disappear.
He had a sack full of stuff the goblins give him, and he ran off at the bottom.
All right.
So yeah, Xanhorn.
I am going to keep up the pretense. So I'm going to keep running in the same direction as all the others, but I want people to know what I'm up to without giving too much away. So as Xanhorn's running, he's going to how far can I go? 30 feet, right? 20. So you can get to there. I think was that there, that one. Just going to keep running in their direction, and he's going to look back over his shoulder and surreptitiously point at so what's the librarian's name?
Maxine.
Maxine.
I'm going to point at Maxine and cast message and whisper to her, I'm going to follow them at least for the next hour or so. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Give me some sort of signal if I should stop. So it's a one-way communication. She can't send anything back. She just
It
hears.
says that she can.
Yes, you can. I can
can you?
reply.
The target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Brilliant, even better. Yes,
Well,
you're
you're
right.
using magic, so she believes thoroughly in the power of magic. So she gestures for you to continue.
Okay.
I don't believe Xanhorn's just handed over all authority of the champions of chance to a librarian.
Well, it's worked well so
she's-
far.
Just a,
Did you not see the hole she just blasted through the middle of that?
no. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just amazed at how quickly Xanhorn passed it over, just running everything by her now.
Well, it's like the other options are Benjin. Havarl's not here, otherwise he probably would have just messaged Havarl. But yeah,
Okay.
Okay, right. Okay, it's a solid argument.
Maybe he likes the older ladies as well.
yeah.
Right. So this bugbear here is going to cheese it off the edge of the map here. Whereas this bugbear here is going to start making a retreat. So he's going to run to behind that part there. Okay, that's all the bugbears. Miros.
Right. Miros is. So there's nothing around really, is there, at the moment?
Did
There's a
Benjin
goblin
see?
over here.
Did Benjin see Xanhorn disguise himself?
Hmm.
But the guys on our team are aware, right?
See, he's reckless at the moment. You do see a bugbear right in front of you, but
And drunk. He's reckless and drunk.
Well, no, I'm rage. Reckless is only when you do your first attack on any move, and
Right,
you do it
okay.
each time.
Okay.
Still drunk though.
Yeah.
He's in a drunken rage.
You're still technically reckless because they'd get advantage on attacks against you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, not anymore because that's until the end of his turn, isn't it?
Or until his next
Oh,
turn.
yeah, his turn. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Till my next turn. Yeah.
So you are drunk, raging, and reckless.
Okay.
Oh my.
Besides, it's Miros's action at this point, anyway, isn't it? Or is it
Oh yeah,
Miros's?
of course.
Yeah, it's Miros's.
Miras.
So I think it's not really what to do. Miros will let's have a look. 30. Miros will run up and take some cover under the other side of the cart.
It's fair enough.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And he will hold his action for if somebody attacks him.
If he dashed to get there, is that not his action?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
That's normal.
Oh, wait. Yeah, of course it is. Well
Yes.
done.
Okay, next scene.
Okay. Everyone seems to be, all the enemies seem to be trying to run away, so she'll will sort of swirl her hand around and the wind will sort of pick up around her, like picking the leaves up, sort of swirling at her feet, and she'll start to lift into the air as she casts Fly on herself.
Nice.
Okay.
So she'll float up into the air and then sort of advance towards the centre of the town, like a fair way up in the air, so it's not easy to sort of get at her.
Okay.
What's your flying speed?
60 feet.
Nice.
That's her turn done.
Okie doke.
Yeah, and I'm Z is just gonna come as far as she can into the fray over here with the rest of you guys, using a dash action to come all the way over here. And that's her done.
Okay, so it's back to the goblins. So this one here will take a shot at Miros, but Miros is in cover. But this is normal, short bow. No, what's Miros' armor class?
Let me just bring that up.
No,
This is AC. It says 10.
yeah, unfortunately, this goblin here, even with cover, the cover will give you, I think, +5.
5 damage.
Yeah, no, so you'll take the damage that's on there, so yeah.
8 damage.
Yeah,
Miros is
Down.
this is down.
down.
On the plus side, at least your tab will be cleared. No one will remember how much you owe.
Is Miros out of it now as an NPC, or does he get death saving throws?
No, you don't get death saving throws. He's out, unfortunately.
Oh, right. You need to delete him.
Yeah, okay.
You never even got to do a bear hug.
He tried.
So unfortunately, Miros is out.
Benjin looks at Miros lying dead, and just to himself thinks, "Thank fuck I didn't order that hip flask. That would have been a waste of money."
So this one here is going to go. This one's still quite short to do at this point. There's a big tree over here, and there's all these people attacking over here. So he's going to hunker down, and He's going to go.
Has
to
anyone
there.
attacked the tree yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has. Oh.
So he's going to attack Z.
Ooh.
I think he gets disadvantage as well because of the range. 50 feet. No, doesn't get disadvantage. So short bow. Yes, 8 piercing damage on Z.
And that is enough to do some damage on Z.
Yep.
So how do I adjust the wounds?
So you just change the number in the red circle. So if you click on the token, you'll see a red circle turn up.
Okay.
Just change the red number. Right, these 2 goblins, however, I'm just going to scarper off the bottom of the map. So those 2 bugger off there. And this one here is going to check cheesy. Can he get off the map? He can. He just about gets off the map as well.
Disappearing
Okay.
out of sight.
That's all the goblins done. Benjin.
Okay. Oh shit! I can't get very far, can I? Are they under so much cover behind them carts that I can't hit them, or do I just get like?
You get a penalty to you. They get a they'll get a +5 bonus to their armor class.
Oh right, okay.
No, hang on. Sorry, no, they won't. They get +2. They're not 5.
Right. Oh, so I might as well give
half
it a go.
cover. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So sorry, I keep pressing the wrong thing. I'll run over there and I will pick my heavy crossbow up and I will shoot at the one.
As Xanhorn's running and he can
The
see.
one towards the bottom right. Not bottom right. Hang on.
As Xanhorn's running and he can see Benjin lining up on the goblin in front of
This
him,
one.
he's thinking,
That one.
please don't kill him. Please don't kill him. This was part of my plan. I should have
That one?
discussed the plan. It never works if I discuss the plan.
Boom. Sorry, I don't think that was supposed to be at an advantage, but
It doesn't matter because
obviously
it's a
the
miss
first one.
anyway. Just pings into the cart.
right.
Well done, Benjin.
Okay. Lithless.
Great bad shot. Lithless can see another one of these horrible little beings. He's going to take a few steps towards it and once again drop his bows to the floor in an attempt to smash it. Oh, critical!
Smash it. There's nothing but there's just a smear on the grass, like a goblin smear.
And I guess it probably makes most sense if he starts heading towards that last goblin.
Okay, Xanhorn.
Xanhorn is going to do his best to try and get this last goblin out so that he can try and follow it and see where they're all headed and try and work out where those ogres took the sacks of grain. So he is going to run absolutely full pelt now. How far can he get? He can get to there. So he's going to run full pelt, and as he runs past that one stranded goblin, he's going to shout, "Didn't you hear the boss? Get out of here! Come on!"
Okie doke. Right. This bugger here is going to run off to the side.
Xanhorn's secretly delighted with his performance so far.
The fact that no one's questioned the fact he's speaking a different language to them.
No, they keep failing their intelligence roll. Maxine.
Okay. She's
Unless,
probably,
unless you guys are just going to let the goblin run away.
I mean, Maxine's probably fairly confident that the other people have got it, whatever, so she's going to just head on down and try and keep up with them using her flying speed. She should be able to just follow and see where they're going, keep an eye on.
Okay. Are you guys letting this last goblin escape then, are you?
Well, Zeeling probably will not. She's quite pissed about them coming into her doing attacks, but all she's got is her little sling.
Okay.
So she'll run over here and take a slingshot. Nah.
Okay. Yep. Bounces off the side. So this goblin that you've just gone past, he ducks down and says to you, Xanhorn, goes, "Yeah, we can find the hill howlers. Run this way.
He can what, sorry?
Find the hill howlers."
The Hill Howlers.
Hill howlers.
And he runs off that way.
Okay.
Okay. So, while you've all been doing this, Havarl has been galloping like crazy towards the tower, towards the brewery. You see. So what you do is you take a route. Let's clear that. Sorry. So Havarl grabs a horse, runs down here, pegs it all the way up here, and gets to the brewery here. So he probably gets to the brewery about the same time you guys have got to the town square. You don't see a soul. The entire time you're galloping north through Goldenfields, you don't see a single person or goblin or anything. And in fact, you can't even hear much either. Everything's quite quiet. So you're good. By the time you get there, you're a good 3 miles away from where these guys are.
Right.
You get to you can see where Strom's place is because you've got the brewery and there's a guardhouse next to it.
Right, so I'm going to barrel in through the door. We're under attack. We're under attack. Town square. Goblins.
There's a guard sitting at the front desk. When I say sitting, he's got his feet up and I was completely fast asleep. It's like, what?
What's with you, man? You're supposed to be on duty. We're under attack. Sound the alarm. Sound the alarm.
Make a persuasion check. Oh, it's persuasion or make an intimidation check.
I'm going to go with persuasion.
He kind of goes, yes, sir. Yes. Yes. Yes, the alarm. He pulls a rope that's next to the desk, and you can hear this bell ringing. Unfortunately, it's not as extravagant or even alarming as that. It's more like a tinkling-ling-ling-ling, tinkling-ling-ling.
He's ready.
Then he stops to think while this is going on. He goes, "Why are you ringing the alarm here?"
What do you mean? I've come to collect the guard. The guard would be in the guardhouse.
Yeah, they're here. Oh God, the Abbey. The Abbey's the best place to get to. That's the bell. He quickly pulls out the map of Goldenfields, which points it on the wall. So it points out where you are. So it's similar to the map you can see in front of you, but a bit cruder. He points out that you're here, and he says each one of these guardhouses have got a bell in one of them. He said, if we get to one of the bell houses, one of the guard towers, ring the bell there, then they'll start ringing round. So everyone, the old town will be on alert then.
So ring the bell here. Surely you have a bell here.
Well, yeah, we've got a bell which is just kind of wakes up and gets us going. It's We don't usually get an attack right in the middle of Goldenfields.
Right.
I can get some men to go to the north. Where's the nearest town?
Get
Where's
the
nearest
men
town?
together now. Head
Okay.
towards.
Right. Okay.
Head
I'll
towards
get
the town square.
I'll get the men together, sir. Yes. Just do so. Yes.
Great.
So what are you doing?
I guess I will. Instinct tells me that I've got to go to south. I've got to get to. I've been away too long.
Okay.
Yeah. Most likely the attack came from the south, where they made the hole.
Yep.
So I'm going to get back on my horse and go south.
Okay. Okay. Right. What are the rest of you guys doing? So.
Xanhorn would like
what-
to try and follow the goblin that said this way.
So. Xanhorn followed a goblin heading kind of this way. Several of the goblins headed this way. And the ogre and several goblins headed this way.
I think Naxine would be following the ogre because that was what that grabbed, the food and the grain and stuff. So she'd be more interested in keeping an eye on that.
Z would be doing the same.
So Z would also know that the heading south is the abbey, and there is a bell in the abbey.
Okay, cool. That's where the bears are as well.
Yes. Okay, so what's everyone? So Naxine and Z would head south. What's everyone else doing? So I know Xanhorn's heading.
Do I imagine Lifrith, that the tree stays?
I
Won't be able to keep.
imagine he'd stand down.
No.
Do you think, Steve?
Yeah,
Because he sort of lives in that courtyard area, doesn't he?
yeah, but he can walk around, so he's not restricted to just being there. But you're right, that's where he does live. Yeah.
Maybe he'll just he'll chase off to the left and make sure that they do actually leave, the ones heading west. He's seen people chase all the other things off. He's going to make sure that the last ones are definitely gone from his area.
Okay, right. I need to make a note of this because it's getting complicated. So,
What did you
there's
expect?
there's basically 3 routes which they can go. So it's basically, if you're looking at the Goldenfields map, we kind of have, because it's not quite north, is it? So there's easterly, which is the way Xanhorn's ran, southeasterly, which is towards the line going south, to them going bottom way, which goes towards the abbey, and then the southerly, which heads towards the animal pens, which they shouted and said, "Go get the moon biters," and the ones ran off that way. So, can I just recap which way going? So, Xanhorn is going towards the east. Yep.
Yep.
Is that G5? Is it then for Xanhorn? No.
He's heading in the direction of
G4.
G4.
Okay.
Yeah, Xanhorn will be heading that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and Naxine will be heading towards the abbey. Yeah.
Yep.
Which is southeast. Okay. What about everyone else?
Z is still with Naxine, heading towards the abbey.
Okay.
I mean, Naxine won't be slowing down to let Z catch up, but yeah,
She knows.
she'll
She
be flying
knows
through.
the way.
Yeah.
Lithalas is pegging it west to try and make sure that those goblins he saw disappear off that way are
Okay.
gone. Is it a he?
Yeah, it's a he.
Hmm.
I think it says on there, doesn't it? Oh, I don't think. I think it's
Androgynous.
androgynous. Yeah, it's an it.
It's just that it's got a beard. Sorry, it's got a beard.
I've seen
Yeah.
a few bearded ladies. I'm a barbarian. I reckon some of them probably are.
Right. What's Benjin doing then?
I don't know. Benjin's still pissed. He's got no fucking idea. He's just fighty. So what are the options? We've got Xanhorn's running off pretending to be a goblin.
Bugbear, but yeah.
Got Bugbear. All right, we've got the 2 locals running down to the abbey.
Yep.
And then what's the other direction?
The tree to the west is chasing after the goblins that pegged it off in that direction.
Well, Benjin would probably
Bless
help
you.
the tree. I think Benjin would go with the tree.
Okay.
Give him one of his traits.
Really split
First
the
trees to
party.
bards.
Sorry?
Really split the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well and truly split. Okay, let's do the easy ones first then. So let's do Xanhorn.
Okay.
So the goblin starts kind of heads out into the fields,
Hmm.
but it's kind of obvious that he doesn't really know which way he's heading. He's just kind of running, and he turns to you and he says in Goblin, "You can't speak Goblin, is that correct?"
Correct.
He kind of says to me, and I was like, "Okay," but he said, like, at the same time, he's like looking around, like.
Xanhorn will just say, "I don't know where they are either. Keep looking." And he'll make an action as though he's like hunting around as well, and actually be looking around for whatever it is he thinks the goblin might be looking for.
Oh yeah.
Hellhowlers
goblins.
sounds like dogs. He's looking for dogs. Where are the dogs?
The goblin kind of does a just rolled a 1 for his intelligence check. So basically, he runs around a merry chase.
Xanhorn's going to try and make it look like he's also looking, but slightly more authoritarian, in a slightly more authoritarian manner.
Okay, so that happens for quite a few minutes. The guys who are heading west, so sorry, that's more like south actually, isn't it? We're heading towards Animal Pens and the main gate.
Just before we move on, Xanhorn will, while this is going on, he'll always be ready to, with a reasonable sneak, try and kill the goblin if it looks like it's about to alert something to their presence.
Okay.
Sorry.
So the guys who are heading towards the animal pens, so the guys who are heading this way, you can just see the goblins and bugbears running ahead of you, although they don't seem to be looking back to keep an eye on you. Are you following full pelt, or are you being a bit more cautious?
I mean, Maxine's up in the air, so she's.
Oh, sorry, no. I mean the guys who are heading this way. So
Is that
it's Lithalas and Benjin.
yeah.
Ah, sorry.
I don't think Lithalas really does stealth. He's a tree.
So who's going that way? Me and Legolas?
Lithalas.
You in the tree.
Just me and the tree.
Yeah.
Right.
So what are you doing, Benjin?
Well, we're just running after them, aren't they?
Okay.
I'm just protecting the tree.
Okay, so
I'm
you
there
follow
to
them-
look after the tree. I don't want anyone to tree.
They basically you can just see like a couple of goblins and a bugbear and that were heading that way, and they're heading full sprint. And it's quite a distance. They're heading right the way down this road. So it's probably after about a mile, you come
Right.
across the where the animal pens are, and you can see there's a massive group. There's another group of what looks like, well, what gives them away is the ogres, and what they're doing is they're stuffing pigs and sheep and things into sacks and onto carts.
Does Lithalas know about any of the bells or the alarm systems in the place?
Most people in Goldenfields know that the alarms are on the outer walls and in the abbey, and you're about a mile from each. The group of ogres, bugbears, and goblins stands between you and the nearest wall, because the main gatehouse is kind of here. I've got the wrong button selected. It's about here, and then it's the same distance back to the abbey, which is here, which is the other one.
Then Lithalas probably realizes that it's a bit more for even him to take on as this great big tree. So he's going to try and move past the group, just moving slowly. And he's gonna murmur to Benjin to say, "Keep behind me. This may take a while, but we can get to the gatehouse."
Right. Okay.
Given that Benjin's had a few drinks, surely he's going to try and ride the...
Yeah. I definitely think Treebeard should carry me.
Lithalas will put a branch down and lift him up into his canopy.
Okay, make a stealth check with Lithalas. So it's a dexterity check.
Oh dear! Turns out.
Does he drop me?
He hasn't dropped you. No. Lithalas's ability to look like a tree only works when he's completely motionless. Otherwise, he's a big moving tree.
Oh
and
dear!
The two goblins and bugbear that you've been chasing saw the tree attack several goblins and bugbears. So they turn around and grab the thing, and you can hear them barking back into each other in goblin. And again, the bugbears seem to be in charge, and the bugbear shouts something in goblin to the goblins, and you can see them all like take cover again, and shouts in common to the ogres, and says, "Grab the food and head south. Get back to the wall." Right, Havarl.
Yay!
So you gallop into the town square.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see there's a cart on fire. In fact, there's two carts on fire, but one of them also is smashed to smithereens and on fire. And there are various dead goblins, ogres, and there's a dead ogre and several dead goblins, and what is the splattered remains of what could be a dead goblin around. But there's no one here at the moment.
Okay. I spot Mithras lying on the floor.
Yes, you will spot me.
I'm going to jump down and just check how he is.
He's dead.
Dead, completely dead.
Dead, yep.
Okay, in which case, jump him back on Balram, and I'm going to head south. I'm going to head towards... I'm going to take the route that we took earlier to get us to the Abbey. And then from there,
You're heading this way.
I'm heading that way. I'm going to go. My plan essentially is to get to the hole in the wall. That's how they're coming in.
If Havarl's made it as far as there, would the guards not have made it to the?
Havarl is on a horse.
Right, they weren't on horses. Okay.
No, they don't have any horses now.
Right, I'm with you.
Yeah. So Havarl has galloped and forced the horse as much as he could to get back to where you guys were.
I'm with you. So they're probably only about halfway back.
Can I?
Yeah.
What do I get for Patch? Will he do anything?
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's find out what Patch is going to do. Because if I get a panther,
that would be pretty awesome. Ooh.
What was it? What was it?
I think it was pretty good.
I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
That is definitely the highest you've ever had.
Giant elk, is it?
Giant elk.
That's a giant elk.
Yes.
About time.
Right.
You have summoned a giant elk.
Yes. Okay. Me and the giant elk. I'm going to assume. Does this tell me what the elk's speed is?
It should do, yeah.
60 foot.
60 for same as a horse. Come with me, Patch. Let's go get some goblins.
It's good. You've got some elk now.
Oh.
Is what Xanhorn probably would have said if he was with you.
If he was there, yeah. I'll Just take a moment to think about what little witty pun Xanhorn would come up with.
Then regret it.
Then regret it. Just generally grumble.
Okay, bear with me a moment, guys.
I've got an elk, but I kind of really want a panther. I know it's kind of greedy, but
You just know that if you throw another one out, you're going to get like a mouse or something.
a weasel is
Yep.
is a 1. Panther's not quite as fast, but it does have a pounce attack every time it moves.
You could always travel with the elk and see how it does.
Well, I can't. I've got 3 balls to fluff, so I can have 3 on the go at once.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Each one lasts an hour until I take a long rest.
Why is that not turned up? Why are you not working? Sorry, bear with me a moment. Sorry, I didn't know how long that fight was going to last for, so I've not prepped as far ahead as I thought I would. So just amuse yourself for a brief second.
While Xanhorn's hunting through the fields, he's going to be trying to come up with some heroic
Brief intermission.
song that he can put all this incredible stuff that they've been up to.
Here's one. I've got. If I roll a 3, I get a badger. If I roll a 7, I get a giant badger.
Aim high.
That's pretty cool.
What is it? I need to know the differences between a giant badger and a badger.
What you could do with is Xanhorn to be with you, so he could give you some bardic inspiration. You'd be able to add a d6 to it then.
Oh, add a d6 to my d8 for.
Yeah.
Do I have to add all of the d6, or can I just add the numbers from the d6 that I want?
That is a good question. If you do...
I think inspiration is for specific kinds of rolls, so I don't think it will work.
Yeah, it won't work for that.
Bardic inspiration, you
Need
can
another beer.
inspire others through stirring words or music. Do so. That creature gains 1 bardic inspiration die. The creature within the next 10 minutes can roll a die and add the number roll to 1 ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So probably not them.
No, it's not an ability roll, is it?
Yeah.
Right. So a giant badger, for those that want to know, has multi-attack. It can, when it attacks with both a bite and a claws, whereas a normal badger only attacks with a bite.
Okay.
And there's probably some of the stuff in their stats as well. Yeah, the giant badger is really, really hard.
Nice.
And there we go.
Right. So, those of you that have headed towards the Abbey.
Oh, yes.
Right. So, it's Havarl on horseback, it's Naxine and Z. Where's Naxine characters gone? She's there.
This one's for you, Xanhorn.
Yeah. Brilliant.
So
Is it
you
very
come
windy?
It's very
You kill-
coconutty. It's pina colada.
Ooh,
What are you talking about?
the beer that Ben just held up.
Pina colada sour beer.
Interesting.
Right. So those that are headed towards the Abbey. You get to the main entrance to the Abbey building, and you can see that the Abbey itself has been barred shut, and there are 2 ogres here under orders from the bugbears who are shouting encouragement at them, who are trying to batter the door down. At the same time, down here, there are a couple of groups of goblins who are ransacking whatever they can find hanging around. And then these are the goblins and ogre that you found earlier,
Okay.
that you chased down.
Can I have a token for Patch, please, Steve?
You can, if I can remember where I put him. Why is that not working?
Are you able to use all 3 of them at once and have 3 patches?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd like to think that you'll
good to
get
know.
you'll get them in order, and they all stand on each other's backs and all attack as one. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be like a Patch Megabot.
Yep. Patches, assemble. Yeah.
Or patchwork, perhaps.
They'll just knit together like one well-oiled machine. Knit together.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to say, no, you can't have a token for patches at the moment because I can't work out why it's not working.
Okay.
Sorry.
He's going to be right beside me then.
It should just drop in. I'm having really good technical difficulties today.
Mm.
Pesky technology.
Yeah.
Bad software, you see. Need some better software engineers.
It seems to work sometimes, but not others. It's really weird. Ah,
We are still grateful, though, Roll20, for giving us this opportunity to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, please don't make it worse.
right. There we go.
It's 99% awesome.
That's giant elk. However, he's not giant at the moment. Become giant and biggin.
Nice.
Wow.
Right.
Really
It
nice.
is 10 o'clock, gents.
Yeah. I will
It
go
is.
walk the dogs.
So, do you want to hold it there then?
Okay.
We can? Yeah.
Because I don't think we're going to get much done in the next 15 minutes, personally.
No.
So, if everyone's happy to use that as the cliffhanger point.
Yes.
Sure.
So
So-
Benjin's currently riding a tree.
Yes, and
Yeah.
he's been seen by a horde of goblins, ogres, and what have you.
It's just like a
The
scene out of
tree.
Lord of the
Has
Rings.
Benjin been seen though? Was he
No.
hiding in the tree?
Not that big a tree.
Oh.
Just give you a good vantage point, though, I would have thought.
Yes.
Hmm.
So, our next game, we're not playing on the 9th, are we?
Oh no, it's
No.
going to be a couple of weeks, isn't it?
Right.
Right. When do you think? When's your expected date, Rory?
The doctors say the 28th.
Okay.
Of next month.
No, of August. Yeah, of August. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Not Saturday.
You hope.
But it could be Saturday.
Hmm.
Yes.
So
Well,
next
hopefully we-
game will probably be my last,
Okie doke.
if at all.
If it's all, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll organise on chat what we're going to do if things happen before then.
Hmm
But unfortunately, we don't think I'm going to. Well, I know we're not going to have enough time to get this to completion today from where
No.
we are. 'Cause,
That's cool.
it's rather complicated, and you guys are split up to make it even more complicated.
You're welcome.
we should probably say goodnight to our listeners at this point, I would say.
Yes.
Hmm.
So, or
Do we
watchers,
have
in
any?
fact.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Right.
Right, guys, thanks for
Good night.
Good
watching.
morning, if you're watching this in the morning.
Yep, hope you
Mm.
enjoyed it.
Or in America? No, Australia.
And we'll be back
One way.
sometime in the next 3 or 4 weeks for the
Yes.
Champions of Chance, and I think the Masters of Fate may have another session or two between now and then.
They've got one session next week. So
Okay.
we'll be back in Icewind Dale next week, where it's going to be nice and cold.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
And we'll work out what
Uh,
we're going to do about the stream for that one, because I won't be here to run it.
Yeah, there might not be a stream next week then.
Well, yeah, I have some plans, but
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah, we'll see.
Our technical lead is working on it.
we'll keep you posted. So good night, folks.
Good night. Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.